The recent form and performance of our beloved Calgary Flames has fans fired up. Between a brutal schedule, a lack of offense, and a string of L's, more and more fans are embracing Team Tank for a chance to truly rebuild and a shot at generational superstar wonderkid Gavin McKenna. We're going to get into all that more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And yes, we got to talk about last night's game. It seems like there's pretty much one of those in every video. That is how much the Flames have been playing lately. As we know, they have had just a brutal schedule to start the year. Back-to-backs, late flights. I think they got into Salt Lake City at like 3 a.m. on game day, which is not exactly ideal. But we did play against Utah, a place we have never won before. Our first game against the official team called the Mammoth. And, well, the Flames lose 3-1 once again. And honestly, once again, they had, a solid first 20 minutes and then just looked absolutely exhausted and could not play a full 60. So once again, 5 games into the season, they have not played a full 60 minutes and they lose this one 3-1 to Utah. If we get into the score sheet here, Devin Cooley, he was kind of the main story coming in. How would he do? It's not Dustin Wolf. He looked brutal in the preseason and training camp. He was by and far the Flames' best player last night. He only gave up 2 goals on 31 shots for the 207 goals against average, 935 save percentage. I think that might statistically be the best game a Flames goalie has had so far this season, and he honestly looked great. It could have been way worse if it weren't for Cooley. So, you know what? Hats off to him for really playing well. Cool under pressure, of course. And it's just, I think he proved last night alone that maybe the Flames don't need to go shopping for another backup goalie. I think he's kind of proved. I know it's just one game, but maybe he's proved he belongs. Let's just leave it at that. Now, if we get into who got in onto the score sheet here for the Skaters, Rasmus Andersson, he gets his first goal of the year, kind of, ups his trade value in a way, or maybe his, value for his next contract in his eyes. But Frosty and Kadri get the assists. And honestly, I wouldn't say any skaters had, an excellent game or a 10 out of 10 game. I mean, once again, honestly, my opinion, Gridden and Hanzik looked absolutely phenomenal. The 2 youngsters just really proving that they belong as well. It'll be very interesting to see if either one of them or both of them are out of the lineup once the Flames do get healthier again with Huberdeau and Pospisil. But either way, once again, the main story, Devin Cooley, and the fans were aware of that. Look at this little bunch of comments here. So one person said, Cooley played great, and that's a good sign. Yes, it is. Maybe the Flames won't have to give something up in order to get a different backup. Another person says, Devin Cooley, I owe you an apology. And a lot of Flames fans do, probably myself included, for thinking he would just be absolute garbage out there. What a performance by him. Another person says, Cooley killed it. Go, Cooley, go. The rest of the Flames, not so much. And then the last person here said Devin Cooley versus his own team. He played great despite the team in front of him. Once again, it's because they're just so exhausted from so many games and so many days because of the condensed schedule, because of the Olympics later in 2026, of course. But these back-to-backs and these late flights, it really does wear you down. And that's been evident for the Flames so far this season on this 4-game losing streak. But since the Flames sit technically second from the bottom in the standings in the NHL, they're tied for the least amount of points, I believe, with the New York Islanders. Or maybe that's totally wrong. Maybe the Islanders actually do have less. They've just played way less games. But either way, the Flames are right near the bottom of the standings. And what does that mean? Well, it means that it's McKenna time. So many people are embracing Team Tank because they've seen what this team is like so far this season. And there's, a lot of players that aren't playing fantastic. The fan base is calling them out. Hey, maybe they'll get traded away and the Flames can really embrace that rebuild. And what does that mean? A shot at Gavin McKenna. And the fans are fired up about the chance at going for this. It's only 5 games into the season, but it's what everyone is talking about right now. One person says, where can I get my McKenna jersey? This is off the post of the Flames losing last night. Another person says, if we could be consistently bad or consistently good, I'd be happy. Just pick one. Welcome to being a Flames fan. That's literally how they are for as long as anyone can really remember. Another person says, McKenna is going to love it in Calgary, and I certainly hope that he does. Another person says, every time we post a loss, I pray this is our last place year so we can get a good first round pick. Go Flames. You love to see it. Another person, a little gif with the, the head slapping. Another person says, Gavin McKenna, you are a Calgary Flames. So again, so many Flames fans saying that they want Gavin McKenna. And look, he's lately in a lot of drafts, there's been kind of, your bona fide number one guy who's supposed to be this huge star, and some of them have obviously panned out. I mean, look at Celebrini. He looks outstanding. Bedard will most likely be incredible. Gavin McKenna is being compared to those guys, and some are saying he's even better. So the fact that, if the season were to stop right now, the Flames would have a good shot at that pick. So either way, I can see why people are getting excited. And also, the memes have been crazy. So one person here, they post 77 more games to go, and then a photo of Gavin McKenna saying it's only 77 more games we kind of have to suffer through until we have that shot at hopefully our potential next superstar. Another thing I will say is the Flames obviously do have a lot of good up-and-comers. It's just the team right now stinks. You look at, some of the young guys we have already. Gridden, Perek, you can throw Hanzik in there. But looking at guys like Cole Reshny, who just look insane so far. Some other youngsters in the system that have also looked incredible, as well as, the potential of throwing maybe a Gavin McKenna in there. It's exciting stuff. Another person just posts a Flames jersey like you would when you go to shop for a new Flames jersey, and it just has McKenna on the back with his number 72 there, and boy, that looks good. Hopefully that could be a real thing. Another person, just, this rabbit in a Flames hat, it's Gavin McKenna time there with the Team Canada jersey on, of course, so, of course, it's just going crazy all over. Another person says, keep this up, and surely Kadri, Coleman, and Andersson are out of here. Interesting. And they continue by saying McKenna is going to look great in red. And we already know he does with that Team Canada fit, so why not for the Flames as well? Another person says, this is how I want the season to go. Beat the Oilers, but lose to everyone else for McKenna points, baby. And I honestly completely agree at this point. Might as well tank, but at least beat the Oilers in all of their games to solidify, that we get the first overall pick, or the best chance at the first overall pick, I should say. But still, beating your number one rival. Last little picture here is, of course, this iconic little photo from a Simpsons episode where, originally says, don't forget, you're here forever, and Homer changes it to do it for her. Well, Flames fans are changing it to do it for him with a bunch of photos of Gavin McKenna, because that is the only thing that Flames fans, I think, are hopeful about right now. And you know what? I can't blame them. I'm kind of in the same boat at this point. I've teeter-tottered between, I want to be competitive, I want to be Team Tank. It seems much easier to embrace Team Tank right now, so I can see why so many Flames fans are fired up. Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from yesterday's video, and it's kind of a bit of, I guess, almost an update in a way on the Huberdeau situation, his health, his injury. So one fell swoop here said that Huska said that Huberdeau is traveling with the team and Pospisil isn't, so he'll probably be playing by Saturday. Of course, talking about Huberdeau there. And yes, he did travel, obviously didn't play last night, but there is the chance that he could play a little bit later. The Flames, thankfully do obviously have a night off here, so we'll see when Huberdeau does get back in, but signs are pointing towards him returning to the lineup sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.